Hello, and welcome to another episode of One Moment. My name is James. I'm a grateful believer in Christ, and I struggle with anger. In today's episode, I want to talk to you about accountability partners, forming your A-team, that core group of either guys or ladies that are going to have your back, answer the phone, hold you accountable, and build you up and encourage you when you need it as well. It's really important that you have a team of people. So if one person doesn't answer the phone, you have more people to call, and sometimes it's going to take more than one person to talk you down off that ledge, depending on what you struggle with. Now, in my step studies that I've facilitated, I make all the guys make at least one accountability phone call each week, and I make them call somebody new. If you're new to recovery, maybe you need to call somebody once a day or even more often. The point of the accountability call is to call people when things are good, to get in the habit of making the phone call. Because if you don't call people when things are good, that phone's going to feel like it's 300 pounds. You're never going to be able to pick it up when things are bad. Now, it's really important that you at least call people. I mean, if you can get together in today's busy age, fantastic. Get together and meet with each other. But at least make the phone call, hear each other's inflection in your voice and tone. We live in a digital age where text messages and Facebook posts are prevalent, but it's really important that you are at least talking to somebody on the phone, if not meeting with them in person, when you're building your accountability team. Now, how do you find your A-team, those core group of people? What should you be looking for? Well, if you've seen my video on sponsorship, you probably know where I'm getting ready to go on this one. The way you form your A-team is by forming a team. That means just get as many phone numbers as you possibly can, whether you're going to Celebrate Recovery or any other anonymous 12-step program. Get phone numbers everywhere you go and start calling people. The only way you're going to find out who are good accountability partners is by reaching out to them. Now, don't let it depend on them. This is your recovery. For some of you, this is life and death. So you make the phone call. You be the pursuer. Even when they don't call back. Man, I used to get so frustrated, and I would get little roots of bitterness in my heart because somebody didn't call me back once, or I was calling them more often and they weren't stepping up. You know, it's my recovery. I'm responsible for it. And if I don't pursue these relationships and nurture them and foster them, then I have nobody to blame but myself. Now, what you're going to find is right away, you're going to figure out who is, a reliable accountability partner that's going to answer their phone and talk to you, walk you down off that ledge, or whatever the case may be. And you're going to know right away who doesn't answer their phone or return any text messages. I mean, you're just going to flat out figure that out. There was people I thought were going to be great accountability partners, and nope, ghost town, couldn't hear from them. And then there was people that I thought, I don't really know if this guy has much to offer me, or if he's, been clean long enough, if he's going to be reliable. And I still talk to him to this very day. So don't rely on your own understanding. Just get as many phone numbers as you can and start using them right away. That's how you're going to develop your A-team. I mean, that's the only way it's going to happen. My pastor says that loneliness is a choice, and let me clarify. We're not talking about the feeling of loneliness. I know that people who struggle with clinical depression can feel lonely in a room full of crowded people that they know that care about them. But the choice of being alone is a choice. And, I didn't get that at first. I was always waiting for other people to meet me halfway. I didn't start figuring it out until the past 4 or 5 years that if I wanted a sponsor, if I wanted accountability partners, if I wanted this team around me, I was going to have to pursue it. And I was going to have to chase after it with all my heart. Bill Wilson figured this out in 1935. He was helping other alcoholics. He had a spiritual experience. He wanted to help other alcoholics. He got involved in this Orthodox Christian program. And for 6 months, man, he just couldn't get anybody else to stay sober. He was doing his best to help these guys, and they just kept going right back out. But what he did realize is he turned around and he had been sober for 6 months. The reason he had been sober is because he had focused all of his energy on trying to help somebody else. And when you do that, you're naturally going to form your accountability team. Now, we're not here to fix anybody. God does all the healing work. The miracle work that happens is completely God. I'm only here by the grace of God. It's nothing that I did. or my accountability team or sponsor. You know, they've just walked alongside of me. But life is like being in a rowboat with God. You do the rowing, he does the steering. Now, he'll let you steer whenever you want, but he ain't rowing. So what does that mean? That means get in the boat and start rowing. Getting the phone numbers, making the phone calls, get a sponsor, start working the steps, because that's the only way that this thing works. Now, God's going to be the one that does the healing when you put forth the effort. When you step up and do the possible, God will do the impossible. So thanks again for watching. We appreciate your prayers. My name is James. If you like what we're doing, hit the like button, share with your friends. You can even join us on our Patreon page. Hit the subscribe button, hit the little notification bell so you'll get notified anytime we add new content. Again, thank you so much. My name is James, and this is One Moment.